a little blanket. And I'm just going to take a second here just to begin. I'm going to bring my index fingers here to my temples and just do a rub into my temples. Good. I'm going to take your thumbs down into your jaw. Good. And now take your pinkies in between your two eyebrows. And just in those points there, apply a little bit of pressure. Maybe take that around to the scalp and the ears. Feel your hands there at the back of your neck. And we're going to exhale from there. Just feel the spine lengthen. You can take your fingers for a moment and tap at the top of the head. And we're going to just tap at the top of the head. And just relax there into it. And then from here, we're just going to lightly begin to move the rib cage side to side. Good. And you can use an inhale to bring the weight of the body over, and then exhale to stack yourself tall. Inhale, and then exhale. Good. Let's pause in your center. I want you to bring the two arms just out and in just a couple of times. So you feel the opening of your chest, the squeezing together of the shoulder blades. Good. And then from there, let the head just move into the hands. And if it feels nice, to create another little sway of the ribs side to side. Good. Reaching. Good. So holding on to that, let's open our arms and take your chin over your shoulder. Look at your bottom pinky and then look up at the top pinky. And maybe fold it in a little bit deeper so you get an opening through your chest. We'll inhale, come up. Exhale, take the opposite side down. Look at the pinky. Look at your top pinky. Let your head go. And take that arm, open back, and then overhead. So gravity is giving a big stretch to your armpits. Good. Take your hands here to the thighs. We'll lightly rest the hands there, and then just let the rib cage travel around. Good. So paying attention to those organs in the center of the body, sweeping around the other way. Just feeling almost like a little massage with that movement. Inhale, the rib cage now moves forward, and we'll stretch in the throat. And exhale, reach back. The rib cage moves back, and you'll feel the back of the neck stretch. Inhale, up, and exhale, floating back. Good. Leave the left hand at the leg, and I'm going to take my right fingertips to my collarbones and just stretch, pulling back behind me. You can let that arm then extend. Good. Inhale, fingertips move in once again, switching sides. Exhale, twist and open. And then let the arm reach out. Inhale, we'll return to your center and then move a little roll through the shoulders and push out through the palms. Good, so you feel that work through the joints. Let the fingertips now reach down towards the armpits, squeezing in. Good, let the fingertips now reach down towards the shoulders, pulling in pinky, ring finger, index finger, middle finger. Good. And now left hand can reach to the right knee, right hand behind the head. Just hinge here for a moment. And exhale, take your right hand to the left ear. And then we'll walk the right hand around and let your head stretch down towards the opposite shoulder. And inhale, come up. And exhale, take that same twist. Now, right hand to the left knee. And then we'll move the left hand behind the head. Open the shoulder. Good. Walk the fingertips around to the opposite ear. Continue that stretch into the neck. Good. And then let the hands move over and stretch. Good. And then let's exhale. Take your two hands for a moment to the ears and feel the back of the neck lengthen. So I'm going to kind of almost pull there. Let the hands cross, opposite hand to elbow, and let the head move back. Good. And then exhale. Just swing the arms out a few times. Let one arm move forward and then the other. Exhaling. Good. Hands move to the hips. Let's unfold the two legs. Let the knees move wide. Hands move back in, and you're going to stretch opposite shoulder to knee. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, reaching over. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, reach over. Now this time, float through your center and come up. And float through the center. And all the way up, float through the center. And up. Good. And then we'll exhale. Just take yourself to the right side, outside of the leg. Good. I'm going to bring the left hand down and float my whole body that direction. So now rock the pelvis a little bit forward, a little bit back to release your hips. And then from here, I'm just going to walk my fingertips around. So left hand to the right knee, right hand to the outside of the back. I'm going to now bring my left ear down towards my shoulder. So once again, stretching into the neck. And then inhale, open. Exhale, push my feet, my hips down. And push the feet down to lift the hips up. And then exhale, find the weight moving back in the forearms. Good, so really deep opening through the hip flexor. Extend the opposite leg. And then just come up and stretch towards it. And then we'll exhale. And just pause for a moment, getting your weight back in the middle of the sitting bones. You can reach the rib cage side to side. Good. And then I'm going to exhale and just float over my left leg. Good. Then I exhale, bring my right hand next to my left hand, fold at the two knees, rock and roll the pelvis. So it's like a cat-cow. And then inhale, sitting all the way up, and then twisting towards that back leg. And then inhale, sweeping, bringing the two arms out. We're going to press and lift the hips, pressing down through the shins to rise up. And then slowly bringing all of that down. I'll bring my elbows here for a moment under my shoulders. And then exhale, extend the left leg out. And then come and fold over it. I'm going to inhale now, sitting tall, open two legs. And once again, just rock the rib cage side to side. This time my arms are out. Hold the ribs steady and now take the arms. Take them the other way. Change the cross of the fingers. Good. Reach the ribs. And then hold them steady and let the arms travel. Palms face up. Right hand, left wrist. And now left hand, right wrist and pull. Good. Inhale, sitting tall, squeeze the two legs and extend forward. And then inhale, looking all the way up. We'll fold the legs in one more time. Take your hands now just to your feet. And exhale, pull the rib cage back. Got opposite hand to foot. Inhale, coming up, switch that cross. So the hands come to the outsides of the feet and then move your shoulder blades back. And kind of anchor that stretch by pressing the heels into your hands just a little. And then we'll inhale, bring that up. I'm going to turn myself to the side and slowly make my way down. Inhale. And exhale, slowly just move into the floor. Take the knees to the right and the arms to the left. And then we'll change this cross a time or two. Inhale as the arms move out and exhale. Finding that gentle movement. Now pause in the center and just let the right arm and the left leg lower, open together, and then close, lower, and open, lower, and open, lower, and open. Good. From here, right arm travels alongside the ear, and then you're just going to exhale and let it lightly tap into this knee a few times. And then let's pause, take two hands to the knee, round through the ribs, lift your head and chest, and extend the opposite leg. Lower the head and chest. Good, let that bottom knee bend, and then open out. A top leg can open out. Let's take your two arms up and Now, opposite arm and leg. So this is the left arm and the right leg are going to lift together and lower together just lightly. And then I'm going to exhale, round in my ribs, take my two hands here to my knee. Take the nose up towards the knee. Extend the opposite leg. Breathe. Bending the knee and letting the two hips or the two legs, femur bones open. And now we'll exhale, hug the two knees in. Take the two arms up for a moment, and then the two legs and two arms. So just floating down and up. I'm going to try this one more time. And then exhale, pull the knees, the nose, all the way together. Good. Exhale, lower the head. Extend the arms and the legs out. Good. Soles of the feet down, the knees open. And once again, hands behind the head. Inhale. And exhale, rounding up. Letting the back of the neck stretch. Lowering your head down, push the soles of the feet together, let the pelvis lift. And then exhale, take your right foot to the outside of the left thigh and just twist. Inhale, soles of the feet move back together. Take a couple of breaths. And then use an exhale, finding the left foot to the outside of the right thigh and twist. And again, another big exhale. Pulls the legs back in. And then we're going to round in the rib cage, lift the head and chest. Take the arms to the side. And now the feet into the floor, toe ball heel. Stretch your head away from your feet. Press the arms in and lift the pelvis. Just breathe. Exhale, slowly lowering the pelvis down. Arms lift just an inch above the floor. Let them roll up and down, the palms facing up and down, palms up and down, palms up and down. Now pause with the palms up, let the arms lightly float down and up here from the floor. And then sweeping the arms out to the side, now back towards the body. Out to the side, back towards the body, finding a little C shape. And now pausing out here, letting one palm roll down, the other palm up. So you're just kind of wringing out your arms. Good. And now we're going to pause with both arms out to the side. Take the knees and tap one elbow. Inhale, and then exhale, let the knees tap the other elbow. Kind of keeping that all together. So we come up and lower down. Good. And from here, pause in the center, draw a few circles with the femur bones. Just feel that deep connection into your hips. Let those circles travel the other way. And now one hip circles in and the other hip circles out. And then we're going to pause, set the right foot down, leave the left leg lifted, arms pull into your sides. Exhale, lift the pelvis. If you like, tuck the shoulder blades under the back. Just hold this little lift. Now the ankle can move to the thigh, the hip can open. And then we'll exhale, release the pelvis down. Hands move to the right thigh. We'll get a big stretch in here. Oh, and then leaving the thigh, the right thigh where it is, place the left foot on the floor. Open the arms to the side. Exhale, lift the pelvis. Palms can pull together underneath you. Right ankle, left thigh, open the hip. Exhale, releasing the thigh bones down. Hands to the left thigh, stretch and rock. Good. And now we're going to open the two arms out. Take the legs. They can stay soft, and the right leg circles in, and the left leg circles out. We'll try that movement the other way. Staying just nice and soft with the limbs. It's like floating in water. And now we're going to cross the right leg over the left. If you can, hook the two limbs as well. And now hook the left arm over the right and let the limbs lift and lower just a few times together. And then we're going to pause with foot on the floor. Let the arms open up and your gaze can move over the right arm. And then just for fun, let the legs travel the other way. Gaze over the left arm. So really letting the weight of the thighs stretch the inner, particularly here the outer of the left hip. Gravity giving you a nice release there. Inhale, move back up into the center. Exhale, lift the legs. And then back in that seaweed. So one leg circling out as the other leg circles in. And then reversing, which leg is circling out as the other is circling in. And then we are going to pause, legs open, cross the left leg over the right, and take the right there, hooking the foot and shin if you like. And now I'm going to take my right arm over the left and let the limbs come down and up together. Let's pause with the feet on the floor. Open the arms and then take your knees to the right and the gaze to the left. A couple big breaths. Now we'll just reverse, taking your gaze over to the left and your knees to the right, or whatever you haven't done yet. I'm going to inhale and bring my legs back up and just unfold for a moment. Take the knees a little bit wider than the mat. I'll let the legs float in. And now I'm going to reach my arms same direction as the knees. Just stretch over the body. My top arm's going to open right back out. Let's give a little deeper stretch to my hips. Push the feet down into the floor. Switch, just let the two arms come over. And then the top arm opens you. Exhale, bring the two knees back in. And then from here, I'm going to take my hands to the calves and these are my thighs, and just hug the thighs up for a moment. Stay soft with my knee. Let my tailbone rise up. You can now hug your two arms just around the left leg. Let the right leg come down. So you're just hooking that left arm around the left leg. And exhale, we'll switch sides, just hooking the arm around the right leg, letting the left leg release. And now taking two hands to your two legs, just let the hips stretch. Let the arms kind of rest over the thighs, let the hips really release here. So all I'm doing is just letting the arms kind of hang onto the thighs and letting that provide a deep stretch into the hips. Exhale, release, let that come down. Let's roll to the side. Start with just your right arm. So this is my right arm on top. I'm going to circle the arm and then circle it the other way. Let that arm come down and circle my right leg. And circle the other way. open the arm and the knee, stretch, reach away from the body and pull center. Stretch, reaching out, exhale, center. Stretch out, exhale, center. Good. Try one more. And then hug the arm and leg in. Big stretch into the hip. Arm to the inside of the leg. And you could even take the forearm, just wrap it back and gently straighten it. Maybe point and flex that foot a little bit. So you're getting a stretch in the hip and the shoulder here. Good, let's unfold, hand to the foot, and then reach the knee back behind you. You'll release the hand with the top arm, come over the bottom. Good, and then from here, I'm just gonna stretch that top leg forward, take the top arm back. All right, let's use that top arm to press up. Find yourselves on the other side. So now this is my right side moving into the floor. I'm going to let my left arm come and just stretch and circle. This is my baby holding arm. And take it the other way. And then we'll let the palm come in front of you, and then we'll just try those little circles. Let's pause, let the knee and the arm come together. Stretch, reach out and away, and then right back in. Opening and moving in. Opening and moving in. Good. So now we're going to hug that arm around the leg. And if it feels nice, lightly rock your hips. And then I'm going to take the arm to the inside of the leg and just wrap around so I'm getting a kind of nice stretch into my shoulder. And then exhale, extend the leg. Just as much as feels good and safe to you. And then I'm going to take that top hand here to my foot. And exhale, move the femur bone back. Oh, right there, into the knee. And then from here, let's go ahead, let that knee joint come. Rest into the floor, take the top arm up. You can reach that leg behind you some. And then exhale, opening into another little twist. Okay. After one more big exhale here, roll onto your belly. And let's let your head rest on your two hands and just rock the hips side to side. Good. And let's bend one knee and let the other knee come in. So we're just feeling a little floating connection into the glutes and hamstrings. Good. From here, we'll pause with the right knee bent. Extend the left arm out and just stretch your head up your heel towards the sits bone. And then exhale, coming back down. Let's do the legs once again. Just feeling that little floating action. Pause with the left knee bent. Extend the right arm out. Reach your head back. Good. Now this time extend two arms and then bending knees right and left, right and left. And then pause with the knees bent. Press and lift your head and chest. And now exhale, lowering the head and chest down. Take your hands to your feet and just stretch here. Heels come into the floor, arms back up, lifting the head, chin to one shoulder, and chin to the other shoulder. And exhale, walk the hands back a little closer to the body. And we'll let the elbows move in and let the hips lift up. Right knee, left knee in, tailbone up, and the sternum down. Let's exhale, take the tailbone down, down, down towards your heels and stretch. We'll let the palms come together. Oh. And from here, find the head there for a moment on the floor. And the arms can reach a little further away from the body. I'm now going to take my hands to my heels and just stretch. Inhale, bring that up. And you can take the hands here back behind the head for a moment. And exhale the fingertips forward. And cat-cow in your spine just a little. Keep the reach of the tailbone back, a little arch. And I'm going to now curl it under and take my right foot forward. And exhale, release my pelvis down. Feeling that deep stretch there in the psoas. And then exhale, reaching the weight of the body back so the hamstring stretches. And now the foot comes across the body, and I'll take my hand across the leg, reach the hips in opposition to the arms. And then exhale, bring that knee in and my sternum forward. I'm going to take myself here across my body and just stretch my torso toward my right thigh. And from here, exhale, just bring myself up for a moment. Stretch towards this back leg. Good. And then let's exhale, sweep the back leg to the front leg, fold over on the opposite side, and find a little cat-cow. Once again. And then this time, I'll inhale, hold for a moment in this arch. And then exhale, tuck the tailbone underneath me as I bring my left foot forward. And then from here, let the hips melt in, micro bend in the elbows. From here, I'm going to reach my hips back. And then inhale, just looking up for a moment. Walk the foot across my mat and take my arms to the opposite side. So my hips are going to kind of go with the legs. I'm going to push into my arms to kind of send my hips the other way. And then from here, I'll fold that knee in and let my sternum come a little closer to the floor. Just a big breath. Now I'm going to walk my torso rib cage over my front bent thigh. Letting the weight of my torso melt into my femur bone and stretch the inner part of my hip. From here, big stretch. All the way up, pulling up. You can bend this back leg and let the body just kind of float toward it. Maybe a hand up. And exhale, open out once again. Take the torso forward. Let's exhale, crossing your shins. Let me see the time. Oh, we should be finishing up soon. So, just to finish before we go, take your right leg, cross over the left, take the left elbow, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So feel your spine nice and long. And pull that right collarbone back. You can let the arm float down. Arm float up, leg float down, and then bring your fingertips together, back behind you. Good. Let's try now. If you want, you don't have to do this. You could just unfold the legs, or you could pivot toward your top foot, spin all the way around, and come over and try Ardha Matsyendrasana on the other side. So now I would take my right arm, yes, to the outside of my left leg. Get a big, deep stretch in there. Good, and then I'll exhale, let that right arm come up, and my fingertips kind of walk together on my back. Then check in with your neck, make sure you're staying released to the chest and upper back. And then we'll exhale, unfold the arm, unfold the legs. I'm going to use this little bolster-like thing today, just to give myself a little extra relaxation here on the floor. So opening the chest and then letting the legs float out. Letting your breaths move inward. Feeling yourself move that energy down deep and low. And just take a big stretch out through the fingers and the toes. Find length through the legs, the spine, the arms. We'll fold in at the knees. Bring ourselves over to one side. And then push up. Palms can move together. And we'll bow the head, close the eyes. Your practice is a gift, everyone. Thank you oh so much. Enjoy your evening. Namaste.